Alright, we're going to take a look at Sam's January 27th, 2014 assessment. Here's her running full speed and half speed. And Sam is very quick, obviously, as you know, but there's a lot of fundamental things that we still need to work on. We're going to start by taking a look at her at about 4 yards, and we're going to take a look at her arms. She has a bad habit of getting her elbows separated from her body, and you can see right there how the disconnect of her arms from her body there. And that causes, if you can see what the left arm is doing on the back swing, you can see what the right arm is doing on the forward swing. So she's getting her elbow separated, and it's going across her face, and that's causing her to have to stop and abbreviate the stroke of the arm, which is not good. So we need to get her elbows connected to her body, and that way that arm will go on the right path, forwards and backwards. Looking at her going forward, we're going to stop her about 7 yards. And if you see, she has so much movement in her upper body. Her shoulders are rocking side to side and transferring her weight side to side. And you can see the red line dissects her body straight up, and it should split her eyes. But it looks like she's peeking around it, which just shows you how she's moving her shoulders and she's moving her head. So what that is she's just kind of straining and a little bit too stiff up top. We need to get her to relax and let it be more natural instead of trying to force it, and that's going to help her be a lot faster. So we're definitely going to take a look at that. If you take a look here, we're going to stop about 13 yards, and we'll look at her lower body. Very much like Emma, her feet are off plane. Her entire leg is off angle. It's a really bad angle. And again, if you look at the upper body, I've got the line dissecting what should go through her eyes. Now she's completely on the other side of the line, which shows you that her entire weight is distributed over the impact leg, which is even worse because with the angle of her leg and the weight coming down on it, that can cause injuries in the future, and that's definitely slowing her down. So we need to get her to be more central and more centered with her weight distribution, and then adjust these leg angles so that they come down and strike in the correct manner. You can also see on the left side she's unhinging her arm and getting it out of that L shape. So definitely a lot of things we need to work on there. Vertical leap, she jumps to 16 here, and I believe that's up 2 inches from the last assessment. So very good there. 2 inches is a huge gain in a vertical in just a few months. Going forward, we're going to look at her standing broad jump. She was able to better this score by, I believe, 1 inch. And these things are very difficult, especially for female athletes. They're not known to be exceptional leapers. So some of this stuff ends up being very hard to get them to have big, huge gains. Alright, that looks good. Alright, we're going to take a look here at her lateral speed, and this is another area where she greatly improved. She was at 14 reps before, now she's at 16 reps, and she gained 10 yards of lateral speed in 30 seconds, which is much needed in soccer. Athlete breakdown, we're going to look at her scores, old versus new, and you can see here 16 versus 21, 25 versus 33, so definitely an increase in strength, and as well as her leg strength there. Lateral speed went down, went up a lot, and if you see the 10-20 yard marks, especially that 10, that's a huge gain, and she did a very good job with that, and that's definitely what she needs to have in soccer. Flex test, again, we need to continue to work on her flexibility, and also keep an eye on that vertical and that standing broad jump, as those are very important areas that we need to address.